Girivaradari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivarodhari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivarodhari Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tera Vanachari Yamuna Tera Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nibol Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Asparasata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Asparasata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anant Kuri Vaishnavan Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se Koshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadi Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Gangamai Ki Jai. Yamunamai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtanya Yagya Ki Jai. Krantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bol. Oh glories to the Sambhodhivaris. Hare Krishna. Oh glories to the Sambhodhivaris. Hare Krishna. Oh glories to the Sambhodhivaris. Hare Krishna. Oh glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Oh glories to Srila Prabhupada. Most Hare Krishna Stay Bhutri Shmara Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pacharina Nirvishesha Shunnavari Pacharina. Hare Krishna, dear friends. Please write Hare Krishna into the comment section right now. Hare Krishna. Please type with your lotus-like fingers. Let them type the holy name of the Lord. And this is how we say hello in our class. So, good. I have the phone.
Yeah, I'm just setting up.
Thank you. Manish Pangeni, Hare Krishna. Manish. Bronwyn, Hare Krishna. Rudra Prakash, Michelle. Srinivas Prabhu. Shamdai. Thank you for tagging Michelle, Rudra, Ganesh, Ganapati, Krishna Prema, Akash Malkapure, Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Srinivas Prabhu, yes. Gabriela, Hare Krishna, Gabriela. Nice to see you again. Doris, yes. Krishna Prema, we miss you also. Please come back. Krishna Prema. She escaped the temple. She doesn't want to chant. She doesn't want to do anything. Just kidding. Katie Martin. Hare Krishna, Katie. So that's it. That's all we have today. I thought that the whole world was coming to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyway, so I have here a nice bookmark. I found a nice bookmark here, made by some very skilled devotee, intelligent devotee who wants to market our bliss materials. So, first of all, I would humbly ask you to tag. Tagging people is the fastest way how we can expand this live stream. If you know of any friends who would like to be free from death, birth, old age and disease, please tag them. Tyler, Hare Krishna Tyler. Share the stream on your timeline.
in groups, the options are very, very wide. We also have a GoFundMe. Maybe you can send, is it possible? No? GoFundMe, we're collecting for more books. More books, so if you give a donation, we're gonna buy books or print books. So some of the devotees, they can put a link in the comment section on our GoFundMe. There's also, Hare Krishna Peter, there's also a subscription button on this very page, Facebook page. You can subscribe if you appreciate these classes, if you have become inspired by hearing these classes here on Facebook. On YouTube we don't have, but anyway. Please subscribe. It's something like £9 every month. Give a little contribution so we can spread Krishna consciousness here in the biggest city in the world, the most important city. If people become Krishna conscious in London, then the whole world will follow. That's a fact. Neil Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Neil. So, I don't know where the link has... Okay, now the devotee is going to send a link for our GoFundMe. And there's a subscription button on Facebook page. If you want to become a monthly subscriber to our content, then please do so. And as a sweet reward, you get matchless gift for free, digital version. Free of charge, we give you like that. Okay? So there is a... yeah, Davishek. Oh, that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. We have a transgenderism in Krishna consciousness also. So you can see the link right now in the comments. Give a little something, and in this way you also become involved in book distribution. Srila Prabhupada says this activity of book distribution is the most pleasing to him. So if you want to please Prabhupada, if you don't want to please, okay, that's a different story. Rajiv Tyagi, Hare Krishna. Okay, so you have the link. Please subscribe as a monthly donor on our Facebook. And then we ask all the devotees to humbly subscribe to our channel, YouTube channel. We want to build it up at least to the level of Mr. Beast. So we need every single subscription. Sometimes devotees are complaining, why are you asking money? I have no money. Just like here also, Srinivas says, my card is not valid. If by any chance it's difficult for you to donate, then what you could do, you can still do a great service by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Where is our YouTube channel? Why is it not there, linked up? Why you don't send a link? Why are you hiding? So many devotees, they want to subscribe. So please subscribe. I see that many of you are still not subscribed to our YouTube channel. You are subscribed to so many bogus channels. So if you subscribe, it doesn't take anything from you. And we gain more following. And then the YouTube algorithm, if you have many subscribers, then the algorithm will work for us. It will propagate. It will become a Sankirtan devotee. Algorithm does, and he will distribute our videos all over the YouTube. But we need subscribers. So if you cannot give Lakshmi, which we also need, of course, to run this place, it's not so easy. But if you cannot give, that's okay. we're not going to condemn you. We're not angry at devotees who cannot afford to donate. But you must subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay? It's painless. It's free. Manish already subscribed and he's giving the link. Thank you so much, Manish. So if you've still not subscribed to our YouTube, please do that now. It's very easy. If you have a email address, I think you just need an email address or Gmail. What do you need for YouTube?
Gmail.
Okay, you need Gmail account. So that's not difficult to set up Gmail account. If you already have a Gmail account, then you automatically have an account on YouTube. So you just go on YouTube, you sign in, and you subscribe. Yesterday, Shiva Acharya, he subscribed to our YouTube, and he wrote comments. And also, please, we're asking all the devotees to write comments on the Bliss content. Whichever video you see, even this one, go on writing comments. Hare Krishna Met. I'm just explaining what are the different services devotees can do in order to assist us in our bliss preaching. So, please write comments, questions, even if you write Hare Krishna, it helps the algorithm Das to propagate us more. So if you see a nice video from Bliss, they're all nice, but if you like one specifically, then write a comment. Write a comment. I like this video. Thank you so much, Prabhus. Like this. We have to communicate. Expand the bliss. Okay, so thank you so much. This was the introduction. Today we're covering Srimad Bhagavatam. Which one did you do yesterday?
I think it's 50.
No. No, it's chapter 13.
Verse 50.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did 49.
Uh-huh. Okay, it's the last. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Ko nama loke purusartha saravit. Pura katanam bhagavat kata sudham. Apiya karnanjalibhir bhavapaham. Aho virajita vina naritaram.
Konamaloka loke purusartha saravit.
Konamaloke purusartha saravit.
Pura katanam bhagavat katha sudam.
Pura katanam bhagavat kata sudam.
Apiya karna jalibir bhavalabham.
Apiya karna jalibir bhavapaham.
Aho virajeta vina naretaram.
Aho virajeta vina naretaram.
Konamaloke
Purusartha saravit. Pura katanam bhagavat kata sudam. Apiya karna jalibir bhavapaham. Aho virajeta vina naretaram. Ka. Who. Nama. Indeed. Loke. In the world. Purushartha. Goal of life. Sarabit. One who knows the essence of. Purakatanam. Of all past histories. Bhagavat. regarding the personality of Godhead. Kata Sudham, the nectar of the narrations about the personality of Godhead. Apiya, by drinking. Karna Anjalabi, by oral reception. Bhava Apaham, that which kills all material pangs. Aho, alas. Virajita, could refuse. Vina, except. Nara itaram, other than the human being. Translation: who other than one who is not a human being can exist in this world and not be interested in the ultimate goal of life? Who can refuse the nectar of the narrations about the personality of Godhead's activities, which by itself can deliver one from all material pangs? Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The narration of the activities of the personality of Godhead is like a constant flow of nectar. No one can refuse to drink such nectar except one who is not a human being. Devotional service to the Lord is the highest goal of life for every human being. And such devotional service begins by hearing about the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. Only an animal, or a man who is almost an animal in behavior, can refuse to take an interest in hearing the transcendental message of the Lord. There are many books of stories and histories in the world, but except for the histories or narrations on the topics of the personality of Godhead, none are capable of diminishing the burden of material pangs. Therefore, one who is serious about eliminating material existence must chant and hear of the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. Otherwise, one must be compared to the non-humans. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the third canto, 13th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Appearance of Lord Varaha. Om Agyan Nandasya Yana Jana Shalakayam Chakshunan Minitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto His lotus feet. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
So, these narrations about Lord Varaha or any other incarnation of Krishna are like a medicine. Is the vibrational medicine, and it cures the root disease. There is the type of medicine, type of healing that includes the whole body. How do you call this? Holistic, yeah, holistic. So holistic medicine is looking at the whole body. Instead of curing one part of the body, is looking at the whole body and finding connections between the affected part and the other parts. And such holistic approach is more effective, because you might eliminate some disease in a particular portion of the body, but since the root is not taken care of, then the disease appears again in another form. So this hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam cures the root disease, Bhava Roga. This Bhava Roga means that I want to be the Lord and Master. That is my disease. And because I have this desire to become the Lord and Master, I become subjected by the material energy. These are the two weaknesses of the heart. Srila Prabhupada mentions this in the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was affected by the weaknesses of the heart. By the arrangement of Yoga Maya, of course. But Arjuna is, he represents the conditioned soul, us, that is trapped in these various types of illusion. So these narrations, especially from the Srimad Bhagavatam, and especially with the commentaries by a self-realized soul. You must administer, you can have a nice medicine, but only a doctor can administer the medicine nicely. You also cannot take medicine whimsically. Even though it might be very, very powerful medicine, there must be a physician, a doctor, who will prescribe a particular method or a particular dosage of the medicine. So, so this is the problem. I want to be the Lord and Master, and then I become overly attached to the material energy. Everybody is building some kind of a profile. Just like here on Facebook also. We're putting our profile picture. We're putting photographs very carefully. We don't show the ugly photographs. We want to present ourselves as the greatest version of a human. So in the same way, and then we become involved unnecessary so much. So in the same way we want to be God, but since we are not God, then we have to construct our false idea of who God is and enjoy in that way. So that takes a lot of time. Useless waste of time. Man wants to impress a woman, I am Krishna. So he builds a big skyscraper. Look, it's for you. The skyscraper is for you. And the woman, she puts, millions of plastic surgeries on her body. In this way, they actually are simply serving. They're thinking that I am the master, but he is serving Maya, serving material energy. So all of this can be eliminated by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam daily, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Those of you who come regularly, rest assured, you're not ordinary souls. Nowadays, everybody is on animal platform. Prabhupada mentions this point several times in the purport. He's a non-human, not even a human being. Human being, if he does not inquire about the absolute truth, he is misusing his human form of life. Misusing. See, people they think that, I am a very, very sophisticated scientist, philosopher, technologist, entrepreneur, but all they do is animal activities. Eating, sleeping, sex, and fighting. That is the culmination of all their endeavor, of all their work. Simply to eat, sleep, have sex, and fight. So this is what the animals are doing also. The dog is eating. He's eating on the floor. He doesn't care for any plate. Sometimes he eats stool also. And you are eating in a, what is that? Gordon Ramsay restaurant with candles. There's a violin player playing. But the activity is the same. Don't be confused. It is simply expanded. The sense gratification expansion. The dog has little sense gratification. You have big sense gratification. Elaboration. People are wasting their energy on elaborating on sense gratification, making the sense gratification more and more complex and full of varieties. They think that this will make me happy. Sex life, same thing. The dog doesn't care for any moral laws. Sometimes you see this, dogs having intercourse in the street. So the humans, they hide somewhere. But the activity is the same as the animals. And so on, so on. Defense, fighting. The animals are fighting like crazy. We're also fighting. And eating, sleeping also. Same thing. So the human form should not be used for these. Yes, they should be satisfied to the extent that we need. Everybody needs to, but not over the board. Because then you're wasting. Prahlad Maharaj, in the 7th canto, he says, he very nicely divides a life of a materialist. He says that out of 100 years, because it is supposed to be the lifespan in Kali Yuga, 100 years, but whether it is, I am highly doubtful. But just to illustrate the principle, if we take 100 years, then if you sleep 12 hours every day, out of these 100 years, you're wasting 50 years. Half of your life you're wasting. This is killing, suicide. If I tell you that you're destined to live for 100 years, but I take a half away, am I not a killer? And I'm a killer. So anyone who is encouraging sleeping and oversleeping, he is killing you. I know that one famous yogi, he was teaching the yoga of sleeping. So that does not have to be taught. Everybody knows how to sleep. Foolish. What should be taught is how to minimize sleeping. That should be emphasized. How to sleep as little as possible. Napoleon, and I heard from Prabhu yesterday, Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister, the first Prime Minister, female Prime Minister of England, she would also sleep 3 hours. So if you want to accomplish anything, even in the material field, you must minimize sleeping. And it is possible to minimize sleeping. What is the secret? Minimize eating. If you want to minimize sleeping, minimize your eating. And absorb your mind in devotional service. So, They should be minimized. Eating, sleeping, mating. Mating you can minimize to the point of 0. The others you cannot. You cannot stop eating or stop sleeping completely. But mating you can stop. It is possible. It is difficult, but it is possible. So when we hear about Krishna, we get a higher taste. Param drishtva nivartante. Even if you chant Hare Krishna, you chant japa or kirtan, you get higher taste. You get elevated in your Krishna consciousness. People are trying to eliminate the ills of the society. Because if we do not control these activities, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, if we let loose, just like a godasa. Godasa means a servant of the senses. If we become servants of the senses, then it will go. The lust will grow more and more and more. And then it will impede on others' property, will exploit or abuse others, simply to satisfy this insatiable lust. So that is not good. Nowadays people are complaining, climate change, this change, environmental crisis, global warming. Yes, but why this is going on? Because people cannot control their senses. They overconsume, and then there's a problem. It is not a sustainable society. If you simply want to exploit, at one point you're going to run out of the resources. So we are offering the solution, again, a root problem. The root problem is that you think I am the enjoyer. This is all for me. All this world, all these people, all these animals, humans, women, men, they're all for me because I'm God. You think like that. So Krishna consciousness gives you the idea who God is. You get challenged. Yes. This is God. God takes form of a big boar and he lifts the earthly planet or earth planet from the Garbhodaka ocean. So you think you're the Lord and Master. Can you do it? No. So by hearing about Krishna, we become humbled. We become amazed, and at the same time we become humbled. Anyone who thinks I am God, he will be humbled. He will realize, actually, I am not the supreme God. Yes, you are God, we are all God. That is true because we are His parts and parcels. But you cannot claim that, oh, now I am the supreme God. You cannot do any of these transcendental pastimes. So you should not be falsely proud. And if we continuously hear, then we will understand everything about ourselves, about this material world. This is all included in the topics of God, Krishna. So, don't waste your valuable time. Hear about Krishna as much as possible. Everybody else, even in spiritual circles, you go to somewhere and you're thinking, I'm going to practice spiritual life. You go to some yoga place, a meditation place. And then they teach you, yoga of sex life, or how to get money through meditation, meditation for businessmen, or how to be a better communicator. Anything that is outside of the purview of devotional service is bogus. That's a fact. It is designed simply to keep you here in this material existence. So don't hear about nonsense. Hear about Krishna. We have a natural propensity to learn, to hear, to get news. So get the news from the spiritual world. Hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Brahma. And by thinking of Krishna in this way after hearing, you'll be qualified to enter the spiritual world. It is not very difficult. Simply we are difficult. We make it difficult. So, yes, any questions? TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Rumble Shmumble?
Mumble and Kick is back.
Mumble and Shmumble and Kick and Schmick. Whatever you're watching, please write a question. We're gonna go through all these platforms, collect questions, and then I will try to answer.
There's a question here.
Yes.
Frank is back on YouTube. He's wondering, how come you're not part of ISKCON?
It's not related to the class. It has no relevance to your advancement in Krishna consciousness. How does it matter? We might be a ISKCON, we might not be ISKCON. At the time of death, you have to think of Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada, he said, you can link this article. There's an article on our website. Are you ISKCON or something like that? Are you part of ISKCON? Prabhupada mentioned so many times, it is not the purpose of this movement to make everyone a member of our institution. You have a misunderstanding. Krishna consciousness is non-sectarian. That is the original purpose of ISKCON. You're speaking of ISKCON, but do you know what is the original purpose of ISKCON? To preach Krishna consciousness in a non-sectarian way. So ISKCON is there, devotees are there, they're doing very nicely, preaching. It doesn't mean that now we cannot preach and practice Krishna consciousness. Don't think like that. Then you make it a sectarian movement. Just like all the others. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, so many isms. Don't make ISKCONism. Buddhism, Muslimism, Hinduism, ISKCONism. We should not practice ISKCONism. We should practice Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness is all pervasive. See, everyone is Krishna conscious. Might be different levels. Okay, maybe those devotees who are in ISKCON, they're highly elevated. We're not so elevated. But we're still Krishna conscious. Because Krishna consciousness is the natural consciousness of every living entity. When the rain is dropping from the sky on the mud, it gets mixed up with muddy water. But when you distill the mud, then the water becomes pure again. Similarly, our consciousness might be polluted by these weaknesses of the heart, but by the process of hearing and chanting from the Srimad Bhagavatam about the pastimes of Lord Brahma, it is purified, and we revive our original purely Krishna conscious nature. So it doesn't matter whether you're in ISKCON or BlissCon, you should do the job. Instead of wasting time, dividing devotees into these various groups and fighting, you should spend your time by cultivating Krishna consciousness, purifying your heart. Again, we're in fighting zone. The animals, they also fight. I'm a dog. Dog is fighting cat, and cat is fighting turtle. So what's the use of this? So we're supposed to practice spiritual life. We're not animals fighting over some designations. Okay, so don't be misguided. Peter is asking, please, any advice how to wake up the interest of non-devotees for human topics and talks? Well, it's difficult to make a human out of an animal. That is a very difficult job. But this is what this Krishna consciousness movement is meant for. Huh? That's why we're opening this center. This center here is meant for such training. Train an animal-like person to a human being. So we should make centers. There's a need of a center. You can't do everything on your own. You're not so powerful. Prabhupada is powerful, but we're not so powerful. So we must practice Krishna consciousness in a temple setting. And we should invite people. Prabhupada says, invite people to your house. Make your house a temple. You set up an altar. You cook. You offer everything to Krishna. And then you call people to your house. This is the duty of a householder. He must make his house a temple. It should not be a private place, because in a private place, there's going to be illicit sex life. So you see here, all these our devotees, they're grihastas, but they live in a temple. They don't have a private place. Usually, grihastas, they have a private place. Why? Because they have illicit sex life. So these devotees, they don't have a private place, and that's why we know that they don't indulge in illicit sex life. Although they're married, they don't have any sex. They're so elevated. So you can do that. You invite your friends, whoever you're preaching to, whoever you try to awaken, invite them to your place. And in your place, your rules apply. If people come, you say, now we have kirtan. Now we have the talk. Now we're going to talk. Yeah. So this is one of the ways, authorized ways, how to awaken. Because if his senses, he needs spiritual sense gratification. His senses need a supply of Krishna content. So he must see the altar, he must smell the flowers offered to Krishna, he must smell the incense, he must taste prasadam, he must see the pictures of Krishna. The temple room is a multimedia brainwash room. Multimedia, multi-sensory purification place. So all of us, we should set up such temples in our houses and preach to our colleagues, friends, family members. Like that. If you simply talk philosophy, because their senses are not purified, it's bouncing off. It comes in, but it bounces off. It doesn't go inside of the heart. They can't comprehend. This is the philosophy of the heart, Krishna consciousness. It must enter the heart. If it doesn't enter the heart, you did not understand anything from Krishna consciousness. So the heart is open only when the senses are purified. So we must give nourishment to their senses. As I said, deity of Krishna, picture of Krishna, Krishna prasadam, taking Krishna, nourishment. Beads, you can give them beads into their hands so the sense of touch is engaged. Like that. Okay? Any other question?
There are many questions here on TikTok.
TikTok?
Yes.
YouTube, nothing?
There is, yes, but there
Yeah.
are more on TikTok.
So do YouTube first.
Okay. Haribol on YouTube is wondering, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my question is that there are so many authoritative scriptures and everyone proves its own authority and contradicts each other. Then how can we understand in such a situation?
You must go to the Guru. There is a statement like this in the Mahabharata, that you cannot ascertain the truth by inquiring from the Munis, because every Muni has a different opinion. Similarly, you cannot ascertain the absolute truth by consulting scriptures, because all the scriptures, there's some contradictions. So you must follow the Mahajans. Mahajano, what is that? Yena Sapanta. Follow the Mahajans, great authorities, great saints. They will teach you about the Shastra, just like our Srila Prabhupada. He gave commentaries on Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all of these scriptures. But he also explained to us the essence of the Bible and the Quran and so on and so on. Great saints are non-sectarian. They see God everywhere. And those who are crooked, materialists, they see in a sectarian way. They say, only my religion is bona fide, the others are bogus. That's a neophyte. Okay, so you must take shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Then you can be guided about the scriptures. Don't try to read scriptures independently, you're wasting your time. Krishna is unattainable by the study of the scriptures. You must get the essence, the siddhanta of the scripture. Vedascha saram am vedyam. I am the purpose of the Vedas, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. So a bona fide guru is simply teaching us how to think of Krishna, how to serve Krishna. Krishna, 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 always Krishna. Yeah. Next.
TikTok is wondering, have you got proof that Hare Krishna is real?
Of course. Of course we have proof. You think we're blindly following? Of course we have the proof. Empirical proof. Anyone who chants this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, he'll be purified from sinful activities. This is the proof. You can perceive it. Those who are chanting Hare Krishna, they're giving up illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, intoxication. You can come here and examine. So many devotees, they were indulging in sinful activities. As soon as they started chanting Hare Krishna, they gave up all. How is it possible? American government is spending so much, millions of dollars to solve the drug problem. But when devotees begin this process of mantra meditation, Hare Krishna, chanting, meditation, immediately they drop all drugs. So how much proof you want? How is it possible? There must be spiritual potency. And you can chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra continuously for days and days and days. You will never be tired of this mantra. You take any mundane vibration, you become tired very easily. Next.
Some person is wondering, Do you have superpowers? Maybe it's not relevant.
I just explained the superpower. Give up sinful activities. That is the superpower.
So someone is saying, show us the proof.
You're foolish. This is not like that. This is self-realization. Krishna consciousness is the realization of the self. I am not yourself. No one else is yourself. Don't blindly follow people who tell you who you are. This Krishna consciousness is self-manifested. If you chant, you perceive yourself. Why you want someone else to tell you whether this is the truth or not? If you're eating, do you need me to agree with you that, oh yes, you are now satisfied? Nobody can tell whether you're satisfied when you're eating except you. You have to feel it. You have to feel it. Suppose you have sex life with some woman. Do you need my confirmation that yes, you're enjoying sex life very nicely? Do you need proof from me? It's self-evident. You have sex life, you enjoy. It is the most foolish question, I have to say. Next.
Siti Tucker on TikTok is wondering, I'm Vishnu, so why don't you send me all your money so I can do my job?
Yeah, if you're Vishnu, if it's so easy to become Vishnu, then I am also Vishnu. And I kick on your face and see if you can stop me. If you're Vishnu. Vishnu is God. Yeah.
Right. Big Bertha is wondering humbly, why do you still consume dairy if it requires so much suffering to produce?
Because the cow doesn't die by taking milk from the cow. That you have a wrong understanding. Please do not mind, but your understanding is flawed. The taking milk from a cow is not suffering for the cow. Actually, if the cow is not milked, then she can even die. So it's necessary to milk the cow. Krishna has given us the cows so they can cooperate with us very nicely.
He's saying all dairy cows are slaughtered.
Wait. So it's not that they are slaughtered because the milk is taken from them. It's because of the people who are handling the cows, they're killing them. That's the problem. And they're killing them for what? For meat. If you want meat, then you have to kill the cow. That's a fact. So don't mix these two. You or anyone who has this understanding, please try to understand. These are two separate issues. Milk, nobody dies. If we simply draw milk from the cow is very happy. If you want meat, yes, even meat. You can have meat from the cow. And the cow doesn't have to be murdered. If you simply wait until the cow dies natural death, those who want to eat meat, they can take meat. That is not sinful. But wait until she dies. Then you can have, after all, meat is a dead flesh. So you can have that. But they're killing. They're so rascal. They're killing. And instead of criticizing all these killers, you're criticizing us now for taking milk from the cow. That they've cheated you in so nice way that instead of fighting them, you're fighting us. We're not killing the cow. Krishna is called Govinda, one who gives pleasure to the cows. The cow is a sacred animal, mother. She is a mother because she gives you milk. So if you kill your mother, that is the most heinous crime. And that is what they're doing. Okay? So think about it. Please do not mind. I might be a little harsh, but because you have been misinformed, I'm trying to bring you back to rational thinking.
Okay. Some other person is wondering, what about the goat or camel?
What about it? You want to eat it?
Probably.
You want to eat a camel and goats? Then next life, that same camel will take birth as a human and he will kill you and eat you. So if you want to do that, I'll give you all my blessings. If you want to go through such horrible torment and suffering, please go on. Go ahead.
I know about the milk. Their milk, sorry.
Hmm?
He's wondering about their milk.
Their milk? We don't offer that. It's not very palatable. But I don't know, if you want to do that, then be my guest. I don't know. It's not sinful. We're just asking, kindly do not kill the animals. If there's so much produce, especially in the Western countries, you go to the Tesco, there's so much food, vegetarian, and still you're killing the cows, torturing them in these horrible slaughterhouses. This must stop. This will be stopped. If this Krishna consciousness movement goes on, they will shut down the slaughterhouses. People will become sane. As I was explaining before, first of all, they need higher taste. If you don't give them any prasadam, any higher taste, then they're going to be stuck with this meat and perpetuate this violence and suffering continuously. So that is why Krishna consciousness movement is the greatest savior of animals. Because if one becomes a devotee, he automatically becomes vegetarian. You see? But we see that many of these vegetarian campaigns, people will become vegetarian for some time and then they will go back on meat. I see so many on YouTube. I was a vegan for 10 years, now I eat meat. It was a nonsense. So many. Because you have no nutritions. Milk is necessary to nourish the body. Those who do not drink milk, their lifespan decreases. So this is very bad propaganda that we should not take milk. Very bad. It is introduced by demons. I don't know, I don't have the research, but I can tell by deduction that this was introduced by demonic people who want to divert people from Krishna consciousness.
So this camel person is saying that is wondering why the camel and a goat are therefore not considered mother.
Yeah, they also. Everyone you take advantage of, then she is the mother. She is the father. But generally speaking, because Krishna is very fond of cows, then we put more emphasis on a cow. But any animal that you take advantage of, you should respect that animal. Even, okay, these Aboriginal people, they kill the animal, but they do some sacrifice. You have seen this? They do special sacrifice, special worship of that animal. They give thanks. So that is also good. Some idea, oh, I'm taking advantage. This living entity had to die for my pleasure. But you don't care, you just go to Tesco, it's packaged very nicely, you don't even think. You don't even think that, this living entity died for your pleasure. You have become such a brute, cruel person. Yes.
Big Bertha is still going on. I'm not giving it a read, but...
No, read.
Well, he's saying, what other species consumes the milk of another? You're unfortunately mistaken. There's nothing.
Huh?
He's saying that you are mistaken because what other species consumes the milk of another?
Cats? Cats? You have never seen a cat drinking cow's milk? Have you ever watched Tom and Jerry? Cartoons? Every child knows that the Tom, Tom and Jerry, Tom the cat, he's drinking milk there in a cartoon. Why are you saying I'm mistaken? Even a small child in a kindergarten knows this. The cats drink milk. What is this nonsense? The other species don't drink milk. In India also, you see, the dog comes, the cat comes to the cow, and the cow gives the udder, and they drink, even without any human intervention. Why are you now propagating something bogus, misinformation? That's nonsense.
He's saying, out in the wild, animals only consume the milk provided by
Go to India, you will see in the wild. Yeah, cat comes, and a dog comes, and they drink from the udder of the cow. You must open your mind. You are making conclusion based on very, very limited evidence. You must go and travel a little bit and see, watch Tom and Jerry more. How does it matter? Your point is that the other species are not drinking milk, so we should not drink. But the other species are drinking. The cat is drinking. So your argument is not very solid. I'm sorry. Now, if you are an intelligent person, you're gonna admit, this is just common sense. And as I said before, you coming here to attack us, at least we're not, okay, even for argument's sake, the milk is not meant for human beings, something like that, okay. But at least we're not killing the cow, we're not eating meat. None of the devotees here, we eat meat. So isn't that better than a straight person who eats meat? It's greatly unfortunate that those who are handling the milk, they also kill the cow. It's very unfortunate, but do you pay taxes? If you pay taxes, you are financing all of these rascals. What can be done? Milk is required. We must take milk. Otherwise my lifespan is decreased. So if you want to decrease my lifespan, I'm sorry, I will not follow your advice.
He's saying, when you support the dairy industry, you're supporting the meat industry. They're one and the same.
No, that I already said. You pay taxes, you support all of these industries. So what you have done? You have not helped anything. First of all, you become free from paying taxes, then we talk. You're doing the same thing. I don't see any difference. You're taking a bus or subway to work or school or wherever you go, you take public transport. Well, guess what? The driver is a meat eater. So, because you're taking the transport, you're paying his salary, and for that salary he's buying nice meat or milk or whatever you don't like. This is also not very solid argument. I am sorry. Not good argument. Your desire to eliminate suffering in the animals, this is very good. I have to give you great respect for this, because the animals should not be tortured unnecessarily. But we disagree on this point of milk. Okay, I will not agree with this. If you you give me these kind of arguments, I will not agree. I cannot, because it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
There's a question from Craig on Facebook.
Yes.
Mr. Craig is wondering, what finally brings peace to Lord Varaha?
What brought him peace?
Yes.
Well, he just went back. He killed Hiranyaksha. He lifted the earth planet, and he went back to the spiritual world. So he's always peaceful, but for the sake of pastimes, he exhibits some anger when fighting demons. But internally, he loves the demons. Actually, the demons, when they're killed by Krishna, they get liberation. So it is good for the demons. But don't kill anyone. Killing is strictly forbidden. Don't kill.
And there's a last question on YouTube by Manish Pangeni. Manish Pangeni is wondering, why is it difficult for a material person to be a devotee? Is his past life karma, is it stopping him?
No. Karma has no jurisdiction over the devotional service. So if one is sincere, he will actually purify his karma. That's what Krishna says. Sarva dharma parityajya mamekam sharanam brajam am tvam sarva papebhyo mukshayashyami masucha. Krishna gives promise, I will deliver you from karma. So if you surrender to Krishna, then you'll be free from karma. So a person who doesn't want to surrender, then he has to suffer karma. He must surrender. So we must preach. That is required. That's how you can induce a materialistic person to become a devotee. You must preach to him or her. Katie is asking, we can't avoid tax. Tax is on everything, so how do we avoid that? Yeah, well, that was my point, that you can't avoid. And similarly, you can't avoid drinking milk, because according to the Shastra, the milk increases your lifespan. Okay, if you don't drink milk, you're gonna live short life. Shorter. So that's why we cannot avoid drinking milk. Just like we cannot avoid paying taxes. Some things you cannot avoid. But we can avoid eating meat. See, that we don't need. The body doesn't need meat. And that we can do. And if everybody gives up meat, then all these slaughterhouses, all these butchers, they will become milk suppliers. And they will take care of the cow very nicely, because they will realize, oh, she is giving milk, so I must take care of her very nicely. When the cows are not slaughtered, they give more milk. They give more milk. So if the industry is redirected towards milk drinking and milk products, then these people who are running the milk industry, they will have more respect for the cows. They will take care of them more nicely. Okay? Anything else? We go on about vegan topic? We can go on, we can argue. Argument is okay. We're not running from anyone. We have all the evidence, all the logic.
Someone asks, there's another question. Hare Krishna Prabhu, my question is that there are so many authoritative scripture.
Yeah, we read it.
We answered this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bo.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnupadaya Bhutari Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Samanidhanamada Namaste Saraswati Guruvani Bharajali Nanir Vishesha Shunavadi Pacha.